Ever felt totally lost trying to get an LLM to do exactly what you want? Yeah, you're not alone. So today, we're going to cut through all that confusion. We're talking prompting, LoRA, and fine-tuning. And by the end of this, you'll know exactly which tool to grab for any job.
And let's just rip the Band-Aid off right away. Most people are using these incredible tools the wrong way. Yep, even seasoned developers. They're trying to prompt their way through a problem that needs fine-tuning, or maybe even worse, they're dropping a ton of cash on a full fine-tune when a way simpler, cheaper trick would have done the job perfectly.
And that's the big question, right? Prompting, LoRA, fine-tuning, which one do you pick? Because they all promise to make the LLM work for you. But here's the thing. Picking the wrong one, it's a huge waste of time, a huge waste of money, and you'll get garbage results. So stick with me, because in this explainer, we're going to make sure you pick the right tool every single time.
Okay, so let's meet your new toolkit. And it's really important to think of these three not as rivals, but just as different tools for totally different jobs. Each one has its own special power.
First up, prompting. You know this one. The best way to picture it is you have this super smart assistant, right? But they're extremely literal. Prompting is just you getting really, really good at giving them precise instructions. You're not changing their brain one bit. You're just becoming a better manager. It's instant, it's basically free, and it's your go-to for all the general stuff like reasoning, writing, or a Q&A. Okay, next is LoRA. It stands for low-rank adaptation. But think of it this way. Instead of retraining your assistant's whole brain, you're just giving them a small, super efficient plug-in, like a little software update. You freeze the main model, the brain stays the same, and you just train this tiny new layer on top. It's way cheaper and faster than a full fine-tune, and it is perfect for things like teaching the model a specific writing style or a new tone of voice. And then you've got the heavyweight champion, full fine-tuning. This is the big one. It's the most intense, most expensive option by far. The analogy here, it's like sending your assistant back to college for a full PhD in something super specialized, like medicine or law. You are literally retraining the entire model on a massive new dataset. You only, and I mean only, do this when the model has to learn a completely new skill from the ground up.
All right, so now we know what they are, but theory is one thing, right? Let's see how these tools actually work in the real world. We're going to run through a couple of scenarios that you'll probably run into yourself.
Okay, scenario one. This is a classic. Your company has its own unique brand voice. You know, maybe it's kind of witty or super formal or really technical. You need an AI to pump out marketing copy that sounds exactly like your team wrote it. What do?
The answer? LoRA. This is what LoRA was born to do. A full fine-tune here would be total overkill. It's like using a sledgehammer to hang a picture. LoRA is designed for exactly this, teaching a new style or personality fast with just a small set of examples and without that crazy price tag. All right, scenario two. Now things get a little trickier. This time, you don't just want to change the model's style. You needed to learn a brand new skill. Let's say you needed to format complicated legal documents with a bunch of very specific rules. See, this isn't about tone anymore. It's about a deep, structural capability. Yep, you guessed it. This is when you bring out the big guns, full fine-tuning. There's no way you can prompt your way through this, and a LoRA just isn't powerful enough to teach that kind of deep, new skill. This is the exact moment where that big investment in time and data actually pays off, because you're fundamentally changing what the model can do.
Okay, scenario three, and this one is super important. It's all about your private company data. Imagine you want to build a chatbot that can answer your employees' questions using your internal documents, and the answers have to be factually correct. How in the world do you pull that off safely?
So this might surprise you, but fine-tuning is usually the wrong move here. Your number one tool for this job is something called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation. All that means is, before the model answers, it does a quick search of your documents to find the right information. That's the key to making sure the answers are actually true. Then, if you want, you can sprinkle a little LoRA on top to make sure the chatbot sounds right. It's an amazing combo.
Okay, we've seen them in action. Now let's put them all side by side. A direct, head-to-head comparison. This is where you'll really see the differences pop.
Just look at this chart. On one end, you've got prompting. Super low complexity, basically zero cost, no data needed. It's your quick, everyday tool. Then, all the way on the other end, you have fine-tuning. The total opposite. Crazy complex, super expensive, needs tons of data, and can take weeks. You save that for teaching a brand new skill. And right there in the middle, that's LoRA, the sweet spot. Medium complexity, low cost, needs just a few hundred examples, perfect for style and tone. Seriously, this table is your cheat sheet.
So I know that's a lot of information. You might be thinking, okay, great, so where do I start? It can still feel a little overwhelming. So let's lay out a super clear roadmap for you.
Here's your game plan, step by step. Step 1, master prompting. No exceptions. Get amazing at it, because it's the foundation of everything. Step 2, if private data is involved, your next stop is a RAG. That's your key to factual answers. Then, and only then, you move to step 3. Start playing around with LoRA for style and tone adjustments. And finally, way down the road is step 4. Think of full fine-tuning as your last resort, the one you save for those huge, game-changing projects.
And just to give you a peek at what's coming, this whole area is moving at lightning speed. The future is all about being modular. Soon, you'll be able to stack multiple LoRAs on top of each other. One for tone, one for formatting, you name it. The lines between all these methods are just going to keep getting blurrier, which is awesome news for all of us.
So there you have it, a solid game plan for choosing between prompting, LoRA, and fine-tuning. The big question for you now is, what's next? What would help you the most? Should we do a deep dive on exactly how RAG works? Or maybe you'd prefer a hands-on guide to actually training your first LoRA? Let us know what you want to see next. Thanks for joining us.